what is going on in Thai politics, what happens next, and what are the effects it's going to have on Thailand. Now, let's start with what happens. The Constitutional Court on Wednesday morning, which was yesterday, suspended the MFP leader from duty as an elected member of the House over his shareholding in the defunct media company ITV PLC. The suspension was announced as the elected House and the appointed Senate were sitting in joint session to elect the country's 30th Prime Minister. With the failure to even call a vote on Wednesday, the next session to choose a Prime Minister has been scheduled for July 27th. So the Parliament has actually rejected a bid to renominate Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat from a prime ministerial vote, citing a parliamentary meeting regulation. After more than 7 hours of debate on whether regulation number 41 could be enforced against Mr. Pita's renomination, a majority of a joint sitting of MPs and senators voted in favor of the regulation. The regulation prohibits a motion that has been rejected by Parliament from being resubmitted during the same session. They argued an earlier motion regarding his PM nomination was already rejected by Parliament on July 13th when Mr. Pita failed to get the needed majority vote in the first round. So in quick terms, Pita Limjaroenrat will not be allowed to run as a Prime Minister candidate. Now, in light of this, Pheu Thai, the party with the second majority votes in Thailand elections, is primed to form a new government.
Yeah.
The Pheu Thai party has emerged in pole position now to form a new government after, in light of what's happened. Pheu Thai has emerged as someone who's going to be forming a government, and all eyes are now whether the party will remain an ally of the Move Forward Party under the MOU they signed, or whether it will seek to form an alternative coalition by bringing in parties in the outgoing government and exclude the MFP. Who can they join?
Yeah.
Who's left? If the MFP won the majority votes and they don't form a coalition with them, who's available? Well, there's Phum Jai Thai, but will the Phum Jai Thai join? Now, you might find yourself, wait, Phum Jai Thai, that sounds familiar. Well, Phum Jai Thai's leader is everyone's favorite health minister, Anutin Charnvirakul. That's right. Phum Jai Thai's leader, Anutin Charnvirakul, he actually said that the party's stance is against any attempt to amend Section 112, which means if Pheu Thai becomes the leader in forming a government, but the coalition still includes the Move Forward Party, which plans to amend Section 112, they won't join. I don't want a minority government as well, said Mr. Anutin. So he has no interest in joining a coalition with the MFP. So the Pheu Thai, if they want to join in a coalition with them, will have to cut ties with the MFP. And sources in the Pheu Thai have now gathered enough support from Phum Jai Thai and the PPRP and Chat Thai Patana. Those are the other three parties that they could join forces with a combined number of 282 MPs to form a stable government. Most of the 250 senators who are known to have close ties with PPRP leader Prawit Wongsuwan, who is the deputy prime minister, or who was the deputy prime minister under Prayut Chan-o-cha, are also, and they're expected to back up prime minister candidate by Pheu Thai if Pheu Thai gets in a coalition with PPRP and Phum Jai Thai.
I'm barely following all of this. This is like very confusing stuff, huh?
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to follow.
Now, what's going to happen next? In a significant development, different people are making different moves. Now, the public has a stance, the government has a stance, and even apparently the Central Criminal Court of Corruption and Misconduct has a plan. They're considering a lawsuit against the Election Commission of Thailand for unjustly targeting Pita Limjaroenrat, the Move Forward Party's leader, resulting in damage to his reputation. Now, a verdict on whether to officially open the case for the hearing is expected for 9:30 a.m. on August the 9th. Those implicated in the lawsuit include the EC chairman, along with all 5 election commissions. It is claimed that all 7 EC officials are culpable for negligence of official duties and misconduct, as detailed in Section 157 of the Criminal Code. This case comes on the back of the EC's decision to escalate an ineligibility case relating to Pita's prior holding of 42,000 ITV shares.
Yeah, so defamation
Yeah.
is a big thing in Thailand, and it seems like that there might be a case there.
Well, the EC bringing forward the case of Pita's ITV shares obviously damaged his reputation. People were like, wait, is he eligible? Is he not eligible? Is he a cheat? Did he do it the right way? So a case for defamation can possibly be
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
Now, what's happening in Thailand? Demonstrations and rallies. Right now, peaceful. Hundreds of demonstrators gathered at Democracy Monument on Wednesday night, which is yesterday night, to vent their anger over the end of Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat's bid to become Prime Minister. It was largely peaceful, following a dramatic day in Parliament, obviously, and some of the crowds that had rallied near Parliament earlier in the day made their way to the Democracy Monument around 5 p.m. They were joined by others who wrapped a large cloth banner reading Prime Minister Pita of People's Consensus around the monument. Now, the leader of the democracy movement, Kun Somyos, took the stage to open the rally by urging demonstrators to throw the full weight of their support behind Mr. Pita. He criticized dictators and feudal attitudes for destroying the rights and liberties of people's hopes of seeing the Move Forward Party and Pita parties with 25 million votes between them forming a government had faded away. The protesters read a statement that outlined 3 demands: for the senators to resign, the 8 parties in the coalition to stick together, and for the coalition not to abandon the policy. What effects might this happen in Thailand? Obviously, tourism operators and business officials in Thailand have come out and have major concerns over the rallies that could negatively impact the pace of the country's economic recovery. Will this affect tourism? How bad will the rallies be? They're peaceful right now. Are they going to get not so peaceful?
Yeah. Well, hopefully they stay peaceful.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, the people voted. Like, what's the point of having these big votes if, it feels, I know many, I've been in the streets talking to people.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel like disenfranchised, right? Like they cast their votes, but it didn't ultimately matter that much. So we'll see.
One thing for sure is that MFP leader Pita Limjaroenrat will not be allowed to be the next prime minister. The Pheu Thai party, the second major party in Thailand, is going to be most likely forming another coalition government with great popular people like Anutin Chanvirakul and Prawit Wongsuwan from different parties. And the people are going to be going to the streets and letting their voices be heard. And hopefully it remains peaceful and things don't get out of hand. But as of right now, things are not looking that great.
Yeah.
We'll keep you up to date with all that information and the next vote that is going to be taking place next week.